Hello and welcome back to DocTrack Administrator Training. For this lesson, we're going to begin our look at virtual rules. Virtual rules are quite different than the other DocTrack tools we've looked at so far. When someone uses a DocTrack document saving rule to scan paper or drag and drop a file, they create a new file. The same is true when a user generates a Sightline report being managed by a DocTrack form output profile. But DocTrack virtual rules don't create files. Instead, they search for them. You put your search criteria in this field using any combination of text strings, field tags, and wildcards. Then, each time the Sightline user selects a new record, DocTrack will run that search and dynamically attach any files that it finds. Unlike the previous tools, which make record attachments, these rules will make virtual attachments. So if they don't automatically create new records with a perfect path and file name, then why would you ever want to use them? Well, with virtual rules, you can attach a single file to more than one record in Sightline, automatically attach files generated by people that don't have access to Sightline, and even possibly find and attach important files in your old storage locations automatically without having to reorganize them. For these and other reasons, you may find that virtual rules are essential to your company. Let's look at an example. Here at Progressive Cycles, we have folks in production that take pictures of our items. They don't have access to Sightline, so they store the files manually in our file system. I've been asked to use DocTrack to attach these pictures to their individual item master records in Sightline. These pictures are in different formats, but the file names all begin with the characters PF_, followed by the exact item number. We've got these pictures organized in a way that we feel makes sense to us. We'll take a look at the File Explorer so you can see the logic that we used. We start with the DocTrack directory, then the Production subfolder, the Items folder, and then a subfolder for each individual item. We use the exact item number for the subfolder name. Finally, there's another subfolder called Pics. Now remember, I only want to attach files with names that begin with PF_. For instance, if I look in this directory, there's one that has that prefix. And another one that doesn't. This one is an assembly and not a picture of the item alone, so it was named differently. Now, my job is to create a rule that DocTrack can use to follow our logic and attach the files. We'll start by opening the DocTrack Virtual Rules form. You'll find it in the DocTrack module in the Files folder. For the Type field, you'll find the same options we've seen before. All of our pictures are on the file system, so we'll leave it as the default setting. Next is the Form field. They want me to attach the pictures to the item records, so I'll select Item from the drop-down box. For the description, let's call it Item Picture. Next is the field where I enter the rule for the location in the file name. Here's the path and file name for that sprocket picture. We'll use this as a reference. I'll start with the address to my root folder, DocTrack. As always, I'm going to use the UNC format for that address. That way I won't have to worry about whether or not everyone has their drives mapped the same way that I do. The address starts with 2 backslashes, the server name, and then DocTrack. I'll complete the path with the subfolder names each followed by another backslash. First, it's PROD for production, a backslash, items, and a backslash. Next is a subfolder for the individual item number. As you've probably guessed, we're going to grab the field tag for the item number and insert it here. That way, DocTrack will search for a subfolder with the same name as the item record the user selected in Sightline. Next is a subfolder named Pics. Okay, now we're ready for the file name. And because I'm only interested in files that begin with PF_, I'll enter that part of the file name next. And then I need to insert the tag again for the item number. But remember, I already have it on my clipboard, so I can just paste it again here. Now I'll finish the path by entering an asterisk dot asterisk, telling DocTrack that anything after this part is acceptable, including the file type. Now that we're finished entering the file name, this might be a good time to take a break. When we come back next time, we'll finish creating the rule, we'll check to see if it works, and we'll talk about some special considerations that go with virtual rules. See you then.